Let's begin our journey into the world of cells, the fundamental unit of life. Every living organism, from the simplest bacterium to the most complex human, is made up of cells. These tiny building blocks are responsible for every essential process that keeps us alive: growth, metabolism, and even response to our environment. Cells come in all shapes and sizes, but share common features and vital functions. This week, we'll explore what makes cells so remarkable and why understanding them is key to unlocking the secrets of life itself. What makes eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells unique? Eukaryotic cells, found in plants, animals, fungi, and protists, are complex. They have a defined nucleus and specialized organelles. Imagine mitochondria as energy factories and chloroplasts as solar panels. Prokaryotic cells, like bacteria and archaea, lack these structures but thrive in diverse environments thanks to their simplicity. The biggest difference? Eukaryotes are bigger and more organized, while prokaryotes are masters of adaptability and efficiency. Despite their differences, eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells share important similarities. Both types are wrapped in a cell membrane, contain DNA, and generate energy through respiration. But their differences set them apart. Eukaryotes have intricate internal structures, membrane-bound organelles, and linear chromosomes, while prokaryotes keep things simple with circular DNA floating in the cytoplasm. Eukaryotic cells are also generally much larger. These contrasts reveal just how evolution has tailored each cell type for its unique role in life. Cells aren't just building blocks, they're dynamic engines of life. First, every organism is made of one or more cells, handling everything from growth to responding to their environment. In multicellular organisms, some cells become specialists. Nerve cells transmit signals, muscle cells enable movement, and red blood cells deliver oxygen. Plus, cells constantly repair and maintain the body by replacing damaged parts. This continuous cycle is what keeps living things healthy and resilient. Cell theory forever changed our understanding of biology with three powerful principles. First, all living things are made of one or more cells, the fundamental units of life. Second, every cell arises from a pre-existing cell through division, not from non-living matter. Third, everything an organism does, movement, growth, thought, is the result of the combined activities of its cells. These ideas connect every living thing on Earth through the shared language of cellular life. Prokaryotic cells are nature's pioneers, the oldest and simplest forms of life on Earth. Bacteria and archaea may lack a nucleus or organelles, but they're incredibly versatile. Picture Escherichia coli shaping our gut health or Rhizobium enriching soil for plants. Some prokaryotes even thrive in extreme places like boiling springs or deep-sea vents. Despite their size and simplicity, these microorganisms power ecosystems by recycling nutrients and kick-starting food chains. Eukaryotic cells are the architects of complexity, forming animals, plants, fungi, and protists. With a true nucleus safeguarding their genetic code and specialized organelles handling vital tasks, these cells build everything from brain tissue to leafy greens. Think about nerve cells sending signals or plant cells harnessing sunlight for food. The internal organization of eukaryotic cells allows for incredible diversity in form and function across all multicellular life. Why must cells be so small? It's all about efficiency. As a cell grows larger, its surface area doesn't keep up with its increasing volume. This makes it harder to bring in nutrients and get rid of waste. Small cells have a higher surface area to volume ratio, perfect for quick exchanges with their environment. If a cell gets too big, it can't keep up with demands and may fail. Nature's solution? Keep most cells tiny to stay fast and functional. Animal and plant cells might look similar at first glance. They're both eukaryotic, but their differences shape how they live. Animal cells are more flexible and often smaller because they lack a rigid cell wall. Plant cells stand tall thanks to their sturdy cellulose wall and house special chloroplasts for photosynthesis, a feature animals simply don't need. Plus, plant cells have a giant central vacuole for storage and structure. Animal cells use many smaller vacuoles instead. These unique adaptations help each cell thrive in its own environment. Let's dive into the fascinating world of the cell membrane, the cell's vigilant gatekeeper. This flexible barrier isn't just a wall, it's selectively permeable, allowing essentials like oxygen and nutrients in while keeping harmful substances out. Its structure? a remarkable phospholipid bilayer with water-loving heads on the outside and water-fearing tails within. Embedded proteins act as transporters, moving molecules in and out, while specialized receptors enable vital communication with the environment. It's a dynamic hub that keeps every cell alive and responsive. At the very heart of every eukaryotic cell is the nucleus. Think of it as the command center. Here, tightly packed DNA holds all the instructions for life, growth, and reproduction. These genetic blueprints are organized into chromosomes, which guide the cell on what proteins to make and when. The magic begins with transcription. DNA is copied into messenger RNA, which then leaves the nucleus to be translated into proteins, orchestrating everything the cell does. Without the nucleus, a cell loses its sense of direction. Imagine if your home had its own power plant. That's exactly what mitochondria do for the cell. These energy powerhouses transform glucose into ATP, the universal fuel for cellular work, through cellular respiration. Their unique double membrane structure with inner folds called cristae maximizes surface area for energy production. What's even more fascinating? Mitochondria have their own circular DNA, evidence they were once independent organisms, later joining forces with larger cells through endosymbiosis. Their story is a testament to cellular evolution and teamwork. Chloroplasts are the solar panels of plant cells, capturing sunlight to power life itself. Through photosynthesis, these organelles use chlorophyll to convert sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water into glucose, fueling plants' growth and releasing oxygen as a bonus. This process is what makes plants self-sufficient and enables life on Earth to thrive. Unlike mitochondria, chloroplasts are unique to plant cells and some algae, making them a signature feature that distinguishes plant cells from animal cells. Picture the endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, as a vast highway network weaving through the cell. This interconnected web transports materials and supports vital processes. Along its surface, ribosomes manufacture proteins that are folded and refined within the ER, much like an assembly line ensuring quality control. But that's not all. The ER also manages calcium storage and release, acting as a reservoir for this important signaling ion. Its structure and versatility make it essential for both protein production and cellular communication. Think of the Golgi apparatus as the cell's shipping center, a stack of pancake-like sacs near the nucleus. Proteins and molecules made in the ER arrive here for final touches, modification, packaging, and labeling for delivery. The Golgi sorts these products and sends them off in tiny vesicles to their destinations, whether that's another organelle or out of the cell entirely. Without this hub, cells couldn't efficiently distribute resources or maintain organization. Lysosomes are like microscopic recycling centers, breaking down waste and unwanted materials inside the cell. Packed with powerful enzymes, they digest old cell parts, foreign invaders like bacteria, and even excess nutrients. By tightly controlling this breakdown process inside a protective membrane, lysosomes keep damage in check and help recycle valuable building blocks for new uses. They're also vital for defending cells by removing harmful substances and maintaining overall cellular health. Ribosomes are true molecular factories, assembling proteins that keep life running smoothly. They read genetic instructions from messenger RNA and link amino acids together into polypeptide chains, forming functional proteins. In prokaryotes and eukaryotes alike, ribosomes differ slightly in size and complexity, but always serve as the backbone of protein synthesis. Without ribosomes producing enzymes, structural proteins, and more, cells would simply shut down, underscoring their importance in growth, repair, and daily survival. The cytoskeleton gives cells their shape, strength, and flexibility. Imagine it as scaffolding beneath a building's surface. Actin filaments, intermediate filaments, and microtubules each play distinct roles, maintaining structure, enabling movement, and facilitating internal transport. Molecular motors walk along these tracks to move cargo around. But there's more. The cytoskeleton also helps transmit signals inside the cell, influencing everything from gene expression to behavior. It's a dynamic framework at the core of cellular life. Let's bring it all together with cellular processes. Protein synthesis begins with ribosomes translating genetic code into essential proteins, a sequence of initiation, elongation, and termination. Next comes cellular movement. Molecular motors travel along cytoskeletal filaments to transport cargo wherever it's needed. Finally, signaling and regulation ensure that cells communicate effectively using pathways tied closely to cytoskeletal dynamics. Each process is a carefully choreographed dance, essential for life's complexity.